Hi guys, it's Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I upload videos twice a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for continued love and support of my channel, and I'm really hoping you're enjoying my content. So Horton's around here mucking around. It's just real life here. So today's video is going to be another Let's Talk. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'll put this video up. I might do, but it might be like later on, like a pre-film type of situation. It's on gender disappointment. So I'm currently just over 4 months pregnant now, and I found out gender of my baby 2 weeks ago. So I went to a private scan to get a gender reveal scan. So I went to Window to the Womb in Belfast, and they are absolutely amazing. They basically have a few wee packages. I have a gender scan, which you'll just find out to scan. Then they have a gender reveal scan. So if you're planning to do a gender reveal party or a wee get together thing with your family and friends, they look for the gender in the scan, but they get you to close your eyes when they're looking at the parts to see what the gender of the baby is. And we opted for that because we decided to do a gender reveal party. We always knew we wanted to. Well, I always knew I wanted to have a gender reveal party for my child, and yeah, it's just one of them things just appealed to me. We pre-booked the scan from like a month before it happened, so we had the date. It was a Friday, the 6th of October, so I was 16.5 weeks, nearly 17 weeks pregnant at that point. And yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago from what this video is. I'm currently nearly 19 weeks pregnant, 19 weeks tomorrow. It's Saturday, so I turned 19 weeks on Sunday, but 2 weeks ago it was like 16.5, nearly 17 weeks, which is crazy to think about. So we went to the scan in the morning. It was me, my husband Connor, and my best friend Amy. Hi Amy, if you're watching, you're amazing. So we went to the scan. She stayed over that night before, so we all got up early, because if we don't get up early enough for our legging, she's the type of person who's like, come on now, come on, hurry up, get up, get up, get up. So well, I was like up and planting, making sure. What do you have, Horton? I think it's just a wee toy he has, don't know. Yeah, it's a wee toy, I think. Yeah, he's alright. Just thought he had something he shouldn't have in here. So I got up in plenty of time and got myself ready and everything, because I knew I didn't want to miss that scan, because I had that party arranged the day after. Like, so the scan was on Friday, I had a party on Saturday night. So I knew if I missed that scan, I'd be screwed. So I was literally up at the screak of dawn, and then I got ready, and then I was ready for that scan, and then I was wearing the same top as what I'm wearing now, which is kind of looks like I'm flashing, but I'm not. It's just like one of them deep V-neck tops, and because the way I'm sitting, just sit like this, so you can tell it's not a flashy top, or does it look too titsy? I'm inappropriate. What am I actually like? Right. So everything is healthy with baby boy, and you probably know by now, if you watch my channel, that I am expecting a boy, which is lovely, and I'm happy about that, so I am, but I'll get into it. So everything went well at the scan, and we were like, right, we got lovely pictures. I put some of them up here, if you can see. 4D ones, and obviously the standard 2D scan. Noticed he'd grown quite a bit since 12 week, which is always a good sign, and he's the cutest baby ever. He's double of his dad, definitely. Like literally he's Connor's double. And so we were like excited that for the party, for like the gender reveal party. So we just went ahead and started to really get things in flat. We had got some things and we were trying to prepare, but we were really getting our ex together to get this party and all sorted out. So we just got stuff from the shop the day of the party, like just party food from Lidl's. I went with my friend to get that all done, and then they set up the wee decorations, the party food and everything, and my other friend's house who was hosting so kindly. My friend Jillian and Kyle hosted, well, my friends Jillian and Kyle, they hosted the party, which was absolutely amazing. Like, they offered, and I still am so thankful till this day for them. Amy and Chris and all, they just got everything set up in their house for the gender reveal party while I got ready. Priorities here. I'm kind of doing a bit of a story time here too, but I didn't mean to make it a story time. So that night we arrived, there's a good bunch of our friends there, not a whole load, just a wee bunch. We decided just to have the gender reveal just friends, which was lovely, and it was just a really, really good night, and I did have a really, really good time. So everyone got here at the house, at my friend's house. We kind of said her hellos and everything, and just got gathered up in the living room, and then it was time to pop the cannon. So with our package, with the Window Loom package, we had a choice between one big cannon and then 2 small ones. So we picked the small ones because we wanted to pop one each. I didn't know you could pick 2 small ones. I thought you had to just pick the big one. But they said, no, we can give you 2 small cannons or 1 big one. So I was like, you know what, I want to do 2 small ones because it would equal to 1 big one anyway, and I want to pop one, and so does my husband, and that's what we got. So we got everyone to get their phones at the ready, including mine and my husband's, to get videos and photos. We popped the cannons, and then all like the blue confetti popped out, and at that moment I was happy, but I was like, I just wanted a girl. So I'm going to get into the gender appointment thing here because I was talking away about gender reveal, and it's good to give some background, but I can get carried away. All my life, since as far as I can remember, when I wanted to be a mum, I've always wanted to have a daughter, always, especially the first child to be a daughter. I've just always wanted that. It's one of them things. I'm a girly girl. Now, it's nothing against wee boys. Wee boys are cute and they're nice kids, but I've always felt like I would connect better and parent a daughter better than a son. And it was kind of, wanting that daughter was both superficial reasons and deep-rooted reasons. I'm going to get into both, making sure he's... Horton, what are you doing? Come on. What are you up to? Come on. Up on this bed now where I can watch you. Horton, up now or you can go out. Come on. Up now. Come on. Just lie down with mommy. Right. He's been a bad boy. I'm trying to film. What were you up to? What were you doing there? You make my nerves bad. So, yes. The reasons why I've been wanting a girl are both superficial reasons and deep-rooted meanings. So we'll get into the superficial ones, the surface level ones first. One, I wanted to wear matching outfits with my daughter. Wanted to be wearing matching pink outfits, wee princess outfits. Horton, do you want to go downstairs? Calm down. Literally. So, now, boom, chew that. Chew that. You gonna calm down? He's doing my head in. So I'm one of them flipping hyper moods. Oh my goodness. Right, out. Out. Come on. Out. And they say boys are easier than girls. Let's just hope. The human son is easier than the dog son. The Frenchy son. So I had to chuck him out to Honora's daddy because he wasn't letting me film because he just kept on acting like a maggot. Or, yeah, acting a maggot, is that the right expression? Yeah, I kept on acting like a maggot. One reason was I wanted to do matching like twinsy outfits with my daughter, like nice pink outfits, pink dresses, girly outfits, bows and all in the hair, matching hair colour, matching nail varnish, matching makeup. As she got a bit older, even when she was a few years old, just time for a bit of girly beauty things. Another reason was to go on wee girly days out for her life and my life, go on wee girly lunches from when she's no age up until when I kick the bucket. When I like no ADHD on the brain here. So from when she's no age and from when I kick the bucket. Literally, that sounds so morbid, but hey ho. So I was looking forward to all that, like just going on wee girly days out. I pictured me and my future daughter getting her hair done at my hairdressers, getting highlights or colours and getting her hair like curled and everything. I was going to let her get her hair like dyed from she was around 7 or 8, which people may think that's a bit too young, but if my daughter turned around and said to me, I want my hair blonde, like as blonde as yours, mommy, I would let her do it. And I'd take her to my hairdressers and would have like a girly day, make a girly day of it, get her hair done and then get her nails done, go out and shopping trip and everything and then go for lunch. I was really, really looking forward to that. I was like, oh, wee daughter would just be amazing. So it would should be amazing. It would be amazing to have a mother-daughter relationship with my own daughter and have all that. And then another reason was if she was in dancing, getting her into disco dancing, the thing I never got to really strive at, and watching her achieve all that. If she wanted to do that, watching her achieve the disco dancing, getting all the moves and all right, learning them, going to competitions, winning, me being that girly mom on the side who still looked in her prime, even though she wasn't, but she's a bit older, but still looked younger. Another reason was hopefully looking after myself. Me and her would look like sisters by the time she was a teenager, and just people saying to us, are you sisters? And us saying no, mother and daughter, and they would be saying, well, you look like sisters. And as partly superficial reason and partly deep-rooted reason. Another reason that's kind of both is having a mini me, having a miniature version of me to hang about with and be like, whoa, that's my child. A lot of people in my family actually do have miniature versions of themselves in their kids. A lot of cousins do, a lot of especially female cousins have their daughters who look like them, near enough a spitting image, and one or two from my husband's side of the family, they have mini me's, and yeah, I've always wanted a mini me, and not to be too vain, but it's more having someone who looks like you, like a child or whatever. It is a nice thing, it's just whoa, you can just tell we're related type of thing, and it does come across superficial, and in a way it kind of is, but you know what I mean. And there's probably more meanings too that I'm trying to think of. What else? Also watching movies, watching all the chick flicks and everything with a daughter. Looking forward to watching all the Disney movies when she's a kid, and then when she gets into teenagehood, watching Mean Girls and Freaky Friday and all the films I loved and I grew up with, and then watching newer ones that came out along the way and really bonded over them films. And I was like, oh my goodness, imagine if my daughter actually loved them films. we can sit and watch them films and have a girly day in, or night in, and it'll be amazing. And then obviously going to the cinema and watching like a chick flick with my daughter would just be so amazing. Like having that person to do that with, and obviously I've got friends, but having like your daughter you can take, see a girly film any stage of your life, or it doesn't even have to be a girly film, it could be like any film you both like type of thing. But with a daughter, like you couldn't really watch a girly film with your son unless you had a gay son. But with a daughter now, you could definitely watch a girly film. I'm going to get into the deep-rooted reasons for wanting a daughter. For me, I have abandonment issues, and I have had a few people, like close, especially close female friends and just loved ones around me, walk out on my life for not view me as an actual person. Well, there's some people out there for the past have been like, because I have an eyesight condition, I'm partially sighted, so a lot of people growing up, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but quite a few didn't really see me as like a complete person, see me just as like a disabled girl, which is sad. And I felt that them vibes, even though they didn't say it to my face, so they didn't really like tell me straight, oh, we don't see as much of a person as what we are because you're disabled. But the way they would get on, the way they would treat me, the way they would talk down to me, and the way they would like exclude me, told me all I needed to know throughout my life. And it kind of made me feel like I'm not good enough. People just always don't want to bother. Like I haven't really had that many people who just have connected with on a deep level, like very few. And sometimes that's okay, but when you have had people who've walked out who you have been really close to, like really close friends, and other people walking into your life, it does mess with your head, or like they kind of all of a sudden just drop you like that, like ghost you. Like I had like a best friend who was my friend for absolute years, from like 2017 until like 2020. Well, it doesn't seem that long, but for us, when we became close friends, it was like we knew each other our whole life. Like we grew up together, it felt like that. And when she decided to ghost me and gradually phase me out in favour of her younger, fresher friends, and because I'd got myself a boyfriend at the time, their husband, just before I needed her the most when I went through that hard time, that really kind of set, even I've had abandonment issues like throughout my whole life, but that really set it off really badly, especially because the time it happened, it was like COVID time. So this time I'm filming this in October. This time 3 years ago was when I started to really notice like the phasing out and the ghosting was happening. So yeah, that's literally, it's sad. And then me and her were like looked like sisters. Everyone who didn't know us was like, whoa, how you and your sister look so alike, or are you and your sister sharing this foundation? We love makeup, both of us just love makeup. I used to go makeup shopping every single week. Yeah, still gets me till this day. But like we were that tight, we were that close, we could have told each other anything, and I didn't really have people like that in my life that much. Like very few, but very like I've had like people, like not that many people who've been like that, who haven't just seen disability first, if that makes sense. I've had people who I've been close with, but some of them have just seen disability first before they've seen me. But that my ex-best friend seen me first, which, and I have a lot of friends who are like that, to see me before my disability, and which is amazing. But growing up and everything and my teens, yeah, I was way more mature than what I am now, I'm not gonna lie. But and in my childhood I had people to see me from a disability and not for me, and that just got me like, made me really, really angry as a kid too. Yeah, it's getting into a flipping deep meaning. That's why I'm like, should I put this up or not, or do it like for a later stage. But basically I said to myself, right, if I don't get it from like this kind of close bond, I see sisters who are really, really close and ones who even look alike, and I've always grew up and kind of been angry or upset that I don't have a twin or that person who, like, it sounds so vain, but it's really like, I don't think it really is. It might be like, just our people watching this video, they might be thinking or saying, oh, you're so vain. But I felt that lonely in myself. I needed that person, like that twin spirit, close sister, close best friend, and I never really had that. I do have that now, but to that extent, to that ex-best friend, like, would just look like sisters too. Yeah, like, and I say, well, a few months, wee while after she ghosted me, I used to say, well, I don't get it from a sister or like a friend, I'll get it from a daughter. I'll get that kind of twin spirit type of close sisterhood. And maybe that's the wrong way to look at it, maybe that's the wrong way to want a daughter, but that's what I really, really needed, and still this day need, even though I do have, and I'm grateful for the friends I have now. But I really feel in my heart I needed and do need that. And I see like all these sisters and mother and daughters who look like sisters, and they're like all the best of friends, and it just, I'm like, when's that gonna be me? And they just look so alike, and they're so alike in their personality. Obviously there's differences, because if everyone was the same it would be boring. But they're so close. They're so close, and they're like, they have that unbreakable bond that no one can break. And I'm not gonna cry, but most the people I've been friends with in the past, most of that's been broken. Now there's like the friends I have now, none of it's been broken with them. Yes, some of us may have drifted apart and got back into each other's lives, but we've never fallen out or anything. So it's just, but it's just sad that like, to want that close sister, like daughter, sister, friend, and you never get it. And see other people, like even family members and all, having that. It's sad. It really, really is sad. Like, I've always craved that. Always craved that twin spirit sisterhood, and I've came close to, I had it once, and like to that extent to where it was like that, I had it. Wasn't to the extent of like other people who have seen like in my life. Well, it was, but it's just, and I was like, well, I'm still young enough. If this is a girl and I have that daughter and it's like a mini me, it's like, if this child's a girl, that's like God given me. Here's your twin spirit. You don't need to dwell on the past anymore. Even though I don't need to dwell on the past now, regardless of that baby's gender. But if that was a daughter, it would be like, well, here's your twin spirit. And then what else? Just having that person, or like, even though I do have a lot of family and friends and close loved ones around me, but then of course having that twin spirit, even, well, I wouldn't be talking there about personal stuff when she's a child, but, well, child appropriate stuff, but when she's an adult, just confide in each other and have a open and honest relationship where we're not keeping secrets from each other, that type of thing. And just like, it would be like she would make all that crap what I went through worth it and okay. And yeah, looking back now and thinking back, it's not fair to put that on a child. I know it's not. I know it's not fair for a child to be brought into this world for a job, and that's not why I decided to have a baby. Me and my husband decided to have a baby. We had a baby because we wanted to, but it's just the way my brain works. So when I found out that my child was a boy, it did show some happiness, but as the party went on and as we were sitting down to get our food, the reality that I wasn't getting that daughter just yet, and I might not, dawned on me. And another reason why I wanted that daughter, I knew if I got one, is I was looking up on the internet, because yeah, I'm just flipping hypochondriac like that. And then I was looking up and I was seeing some statistics about myasthenic condition and a boy being more likely to be affected if the mum is a carrier, which I am a carrier. I've been affected by it. I'm affected by it. And then a girl likely isn't. But then I know better it won't happen with my kids. It's very, very, very unlikely. But the autism, like, we have a chance of that. Not a very, I don't think it's a very, very high chance, but a chance is there. And it's more common in boys. And I'm not saying this to be rude or like ableism or anything. I have a disability. I'm just saying that if my child did have anything like that, I just feel guilty, even though I try my best to be the best parent for that child and help them the best way I can. But if they had like a severe form of like autism or learning or any kind of disability, like, I don't know if I'd be the right parent for them. I would try my best to help them, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to be put through that just because I don't think I'd be, like, my capabilities of being a parent wouldn't be there for that. But then obviously God puts you through things he knows you can handle. But I'm praying to God my child's like healthy and doesn't have to cope with the world around him if he has disability, because it's that thing too. People just treat you like people who just don't understand, or you're stuck in old ways of thinking. They're just like, she can't do it. She's just less than. And I don't want my child to have to go through life and thinking that I'm not good enough, because that's the way I thought, and I still think, and I've still got some of them issues, deeper issues till this day. So yeah, so at the party I was actually I wasn't like, I didn't make a scene or anything. I was just more saying like, why is it a boy, like, to my husband. I really want that girl. I'm happy, I'm grateful the child's healthy, but I really, really want that girl. I really did. And a friend who has a child, she said to me, do you know what, Brookelynne, like, when I was pregnant with my daughter and I found out that she was a girl, I really wanted that boy. I had it in my head that I wanted a boy, and when I got a girl I was really disappointed. But see now, like, I couldn't picture or imagine my life without my daughter. And then thinking back now, like, I could see her point. And I was, as I said, I hope so too. Like, I hope I'm like that. I would love my child no matter what, but I'm just I just felt like disappointed. I said, look, I'm not gonna lie to my friends, I'm disappointed. And I could tell some of them felt a bit uncomfortable with it because obviously, like, a lot of my friends haven't had kids, but some of them have, and some of them like understood it, some of them like understood where it's coming from, but they never had felt it themselves or been around much of it. But they understood the way I think and everything and the way I am, so they knew, like, they just said, look, Brookelynne, when she gets something in her head, like, she can't get it out, and that's just the truth. So I felt bad too for, like, I felt like I was just being a brat even though it wasn't the party. So the party ended, we got pictures and everything, and it was just a really good time apart from me feeling a bit down. But I was so grateful, and I still am grateful that my friends done that party, and also that the child's healthy and that God's blessed me with this son. But that week after that party, the first week, was hard. There were times where I was kind of like getting myself or trying to psych myself up to look forward to the sun, and there was always something that brought me back down and feeling crap about it, especially in work. I'm a beauty therapist, so I work in a salon, and then I think it was at Tuesday, I was cleaning one of the rooms and I was thinking about, like, wanting a girl, some kind of thing popped into my head, and I was worried about my child having this and that. And boys more likely having something than girls, even though it's equal, because it's equal, like, there's not really much of a shift, if that makes sense. So I just broke down in tears when I was cleaning one of the salon rooms, just me my own cleaning the room. I broke down because I was so angry too, just saying to myself, why do I get to have a girl? Why do I get to be so close? Why do I close sisters and I can't have that? What's wrong with me? Just saying it into myself, like whispering it into myself. No one can hear me, so it was fine. But literally being like, why? And just being angry, and then just all of a sudden crying. Literally, the weekend I didn't really cry that much, but that Tuesday when I was in work, oh, I cried. I literally cried, real tears. And I was cleaning the room, crying, thinking about that, especially if my child, God forbid, had anything, like any disabilities, and that make it too hard for me to try again for a daughter, crying that I may never get this daughter. I might still get a daughter, but to me, in my head, it felt like it was more unlikely, just crying and wishing that I had waited to save up for, like, a gender selection IVF. I was thinking to myself, if only I would have thought this through more and saved up or done a GoFundMe for a gender selection IVF, and if any male embryos were created, I would give them to a couple who couldn't have kids or couldn't use their own eggs, etc., instead of having them destroyed, because I feel like if the embryos are destroyed because a certain reason like that, that's wrong. I would say, look, I'm happy enough to go for the gender selection IVF, but give the male embryos to other couples instead of having them destroyed. So, yeah, literally, that's what I was thinking in my head, and I was like, why did I not just save up or do a GoFundMe? And then I was thinking, people who are, like, successful on YouTube, or, like, who are influencers, or who are, like, celebrities, and some of them, like, I'm not going to name names, but some of them who I felt didn't deserve it and just got, or, like, everything got given to them on a plate, thinking, well, if I was her, I'd be able to buy that IVF like that. Well, if I was her and she got a daughter, why can't I have one? I wasn't trying like that, but I was, like, saying it into myself and thinking it into myself. Whoo! Like, if she wanted to, she could buy the gender selection IVF and have as many rounds as she wants, but all she does is it doesn't even work. She doesn't even work for that. she didn't even work to get that famous. I've had to work my butt off and get only a quarter of what she's had it. It's just a quarter of as good as what she's had it. So literally I was crying and then angry, then crying and then angry, cleaning that room. And then the next, like, I calmed down before I came out. Once it was all clean, to calm down. But I started to feel a little bit better, but I felt like bad because I felt like just felt like an idiot. But then it was all them emotions from that whole week coming through. And then the next day at work, a young mum, she was younger than me, we probably looked the same age, but she was definitely younger, like she was like early 20s. She came in with her 1-year-old daughter in a bright pink blanket and her pram. It was like one of them parent facing prams. And she came in to get her treatment done, I think was her eyebrows, and then I seen her daughter and I was like, I was happy, it was lovely seeing the wee baby, but I was like, I just felt this rush of sadness come over me. Like I just felt so sad seeing that one child, like a 1-year-old child with a bright pink blanket, and I was like, that's not gonna be me next year. It'll be blue and it won't be the same. That's what my brain doesn't really think much like that now. I've kind of come down to the other side of it now, thank the Lord. But my brain literally was thinking doom and gloom. And I said to her, oh, how old's your daughter? And the girl said, oh, 1 year and everything, and making small talk. And I said, oh, I'm pregnant as well. I'm pregnant, and I'm pregnant with a boy. I wish it was a girl, though, but I'm blessed either way. But I really want that girl. But she kind of looked, and as she said, like, just kind of gave me a look saying, okay, this woman does definitely have some gender disappointment, and I did. But yeah, and then obviously I was doing wee things to Beckle salon, and I was gonna cry, but it didn't. It was like, just felt really, really like depressed. And I did do, when I was in one of the salon rooms, did do like a wee TikTok thing on my face to go in with a TikTok video, which I did have up but I've took down. So yeah, that was fun, not. And then I was on reception later on that day, and then some mum had called up. Well, she did call up, and I wasn't there when she put the appointment, but I had to ring her back to see if her daughter had got a patch test on for eyelashes, because she booked in for her daughter. Her daughter was a teenager, I think. I'm not entirely sure of the age, don't know the name. I know if I did know for sure, I wouldn't be saying this on YouTube because it's client confidentiality. And then I felt sad, I rushed sadness, I thinking it's never gonna be me, like that may never be me who's ringing to book up her daughter to get her beauty treatment done. And I just felt so sad, and I think I did cry that day too. I know, gurney up here. So I just felt like a rush sadness, and then I had these thoughts go racing, like the way they were the other day, like the day before, racing in my head, like, oh, I wish I could adopt that, a bigger house, like some of them like influencers who just get like that, like the ones, I'm not going to mention her name, the one who really annoys me. The people who know me in personal life would know who I'm on about. That girl who got like that, she has a big house, and I'm not just, I'm grateful for the house I live in, but if I had like even a 3-bedroom house, I can foster like a 10-year-old or a teenage girl and adopt her. And if it looked like, I had then thought, if I was able to foster like a 10-plus-year-old girl, or even an 8-plus-year-old girl, and then adopt her if I could, especially if we looked alike, and I know faint as anything, and she'd be like my daughter, even though she wouldn't be biologically mine, but it would be like I had her in early 20s, late teens, and it would make up, I'd be giving her a much better life than what she had, but it would make up for what I never got in my early 20s when it was wasted. That's a thing too. I still have deep regrets about not having kids in my early 20s, late teens, even though it wasn't the right time. It wasn't in God's plan because I was too immature and I hadn't met Connor yet, so it would have been with the wrong person. So thank the Lord I didn't end up with a child to some scumbag or some idiot. It would have been too, just not a nice situation, and it wouldn't have been fair on that child, that daughter. But I just felt all these thoughts, and I'm just being honest in this video because at the end of the day, like, I'm an open book and I just tell it how it is pretty much. And yes, so that's my thought, and then coming home it felt so low and I really couldn't shake it. I really couldn't shake it. Now there was times where I didn't feel as low and I was trying to get, like, looking forward to being a boy mom and everything, and trying my best, but then there's times where it's getting like low again, and it was like a vicious cycle for that whole week. Now towards that weekend, I would say just when that weekend got to that point, I started to like not feel that way as much anymore. It was more sort of this week, like that Monday, like that weekend, that Monday. Yeah, roughly around that time I was starting to come out the other side of it. I still felt disappointment, but I was trying to be like, well, maybe there's a reason why I've sent a son. God sent me a son instead of a daughter, and I'm gonna say the reasons why I think he did send me a son instead of a daughter, because I feel like I have achieved quite a lot in my life, and I'm grateful for the things and the things I've achieved and the people that God has blessed me to be around with, and I'm just not trying to sound ungrateful in this video, but when I was a child, teenager, I wanted to achieve more than I did. I wanted to do like be a champion at disco dance and gymnastics and all, and never really, a lot of the coaches didn't really want to take me because I had one coach in disco dancing who didn't want to take me on because of my eyesight, because I was a health and safety risk. You make reasonable adjustments. That still gets to me till this day, because I know myself, if I had the right training and I had people pushing me and cheering me on and pushing me into that and taking their time with me, not treating me like a flipping wee disabled girl on the sidelines, just treating me like a person and spending time with me and taking their time to like go over it, and even having like a peer who did that to me, like help me with that too. I knew I could have went a good decently bit far. I love dancing. Till this day I love dancing. I could have been, I don't know who would have been a champion, but if I would have worked my butt off, because when I like something, I really want to work hard for that. When I'm really interested in something, I work hard for it. Like, I'm hardcore. Like, it's all or nothing with me. Like, when I half-ass things, it's half-assed, doesn't go anywhere. But if I put all my all into it, it goes somewhere. And I know I would have been, like, won at least a few trophies. I would have. But no. And then, but with that, and having that kind of bitter resentment from Lane bringing into my life, from the periods in my life when I was like heavier, I've lost the weight now. Hopefully I haven't put like too much on this pregnancy. I've been trying, but I'm gonna be trying a bit harder because I don't want to be a buffalo and look the way I did when I was dating my ex. So yeah. I'm crazy, I know I am. I'm not like acting like I'm a normal person. I'm not normal. I'm just not. So yeah, so I thank God gave me a son, because I do have that danger, and I know I do, like looking back now, and even then I kind of seen it in myself then. But I have the danger of living through my kids, and especially with his daughter, I have a danger of being that mum who didn't get to achieve what she wanted to, like with the dancing and everything, and having a close-knit community that stayed with you most of your life for the rest of your life, and having people come and go in your life all throughout your life, and having to deal with all that throughout your life. I know that I'm the type who, if I had a daughter, I could easily live through her and feel like I'm getting to achieve that, even though it's not me doing it, it's her. And I know, like, I'd be the type, if I just looked apart and kind of kept fit and got fitter and got work done, me and her would be like sisters. Or even if I just got into some sort of dancing too, it would be like we're like a dancing duo. And I don't know, maybe my daughter wouldn't be into all that, and that's fine, but if she did like it from a young age and she kind of got sick of it, I could be the type who'd be like, well, if that was me, I wouldn't get sick of it. I never got that opportunity. And be that type who just live for a daughter and kind of be like, I'd be like a parent, obviously, but I could see as she got into her teenage years being more like a friend, which you have to be the child's parent first, and I know that, but I could see myself if we're like sisters being more like their friend, but also being their parent too, and just living like we're twin sisters and not mother and daughter, and that could have went bad. Because I could have ended up that, even though would love my child no matter what, but if she ended up like the complete opposite of me, toy boy, like, well, not toy boy, what? Tomboy or like anything like that, I'd be like, I'd accept her for who, if she was like a tomboy, but I would feel a bit like, seriously, girl, I'm really good at doing makeup, and I'm like pretty much an expert at beauty products and everything, and I can help you along the way. And I feel a bit cheated that way, and I don't know, like, I have the danger of being a bit like that mum. I don't want to be that mum who's just like lives for her kids, because at the end of the day, kids are their own individuals and they're not extensions of yourself. And I do have that tendency. I wouldn't say I would be completely like that, but I do have that tendency in me that to live for their kids. I don't want to just be a parent who lives for her kids. I want my own life, my own interests too. So, and another reason, I think that's the main reason, but also with me kind of wanting a girl way bit more, like loads more than a boy. I think God was bringing me a boy to bring up a boy, because I feel like I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring up a boy to be, I could bring up a boy to be a good man, but I don't think I'd be good enough to be that child's mum. But obviously God sees differently, and that's what my child's dad's for. That's what Connor's for, because he has that manly side, and obviously he's a man, so he'll be able to bring up that way. Whereas with me being a woman, I get to see a good female, like a mother figure, female role model, and I'm able to teach them as well to treat girls and women with respect, anyone with respect, and don't treat them like crap. Because I've had quite a lot of like letdowns by relationships, and I do not want my son to do that to someone else. I will hunt you down, future son, if you do treat a girl like crap. You're not raised like that. Literally, I think God wants me to raise a good man, and hopefully I'm good enough. He thinks I am. But yeah, I think that's some of the reasons what I'm figuring out now. So now it's been 2 weeks since the gender reveal. I would say 95% over it. Still have the few wee like thoughts, if only it was a girl and whether they were wrong, stuff like that. But I've been much better than what I have been, and which is amazing. I feel like I did feel that I was going to be like this crushed. I was so crushed. I would be like this crushed for my whole life and the whole pregnancy, that was going to affect my bond with my child. I don't think it will. I'm praying to God it doesn't affect a good bond. I want a good bond with my son. But I was just so crushed. I felt like everything had changed. It wasn't the same anymore. Because I have a name which I hope no one, especially was, like, no one in my close circle steals my daughter's name. Like, because obviously, hopefully, I'm praying to God that you have a daughter at some point. But the name I've picked for a daughter, I just don't want anyone. It's okay if we're like non-close, like in a close circle or anything, it's fine. But anyone like close family members, close friends, no, don't say it because I'd be raging. I was thinking of my daughter and her name and everything, and thinking like just set on that name, literally set like a bullet on that name. And I was like just thinking, imagine her growing up, imagine her being like just a lovely daughter and everything. And sometimes I'm like a bit sad about it, but now I'm like, well, I'm not having a daughter yet. It probably will happen in the future, but not yet. I'm having a son first, so I have some of the names I'm like for a son, and I'm thinking about that too. And just getting myself excited for, me and my son could still go on we lunch days out and go out to the cinema and go out to see good films and go to the theme parks like Thunderland if he's really into like all them rides, which I like them. Me and him and his dad and all can go out and go on all the roller coasters and all, and that'll be fun. Go to the trampoline parks and everything, go to like all them kind of fun type of like adventurous things, water parks and all. Even though we can do it with a girl, I'm a girl and I do all that stuff. I loved doing that as a kid too, but a boy I think would have a bit more interest in that. But yeah, so just basically like I talked to a few people like family and friends and all about how I was feeling, and they basically just reassured me and said, look, Brookelynne, don't be worrying about if they get this, if they get that. Every baby has a chance of getting something. It's just this world, it's just a given. Every baby has a chance of getting something. It doesn't mean you'll love it any less, and I won't love it any less if I had something. But it's more like guilt, and it's more I don't want my child to go through that. So yeah, and then they basically said boys, a lot of them, like all of them pretty much said boys are easier than girls, and you'll be a good mom. Like, don't be worried, just calm down. And having people talk to me about that has been just really, really helpful. So my tips for if you are suffering with that, don't feel guilty. I've had, even sometimes still feel guilt, like guilt about how I've felt. Don't beat yourself up. It's a normal thing to have gender disappointment. If you have that picture in your head of what your child would be like and your preference, and it's not the same child you're getting, it's a normal reaction to be like, just to feel down about it. But please talk to someone. Just please open up to a family or friend or your partner and everything. And I promise it might take some time. It might take, like, I'm not completely over it yet. That could take some time, but I pray if you do have this that you eventually come to peace with it. It is such a hard thing to go through. It really, really is, because it's like you've got such mixed emotions, and it's hard. It's hard. Now, I'm just putting this out there. I should have put it at the start of this video. I'm not in any way, being ungrateful or in any way dismissing the feelings of people who are going through infertility and people who really just desperately want a child, who've been trying for months, years, even decades, and even people who've never been able to conceive a child. My heart goes out to you, and I'm just pray for you that you'll find peace of that and you'll conceive that child. I'm not trying to compare my pain to yours, because obviously gender disappointment I don't think is as bad as having that pain of infertility. I think that's much worse. Now, pain isn't a competition. It isn't a competition. It just, we all go through happy times in our life and we all go through crappy times. Just the best way to do it is just to pray and pray to God that everything will just heal, sort it all out. I'm a Christian, by the way, if you haven't clocked on about that. But just don't beat yourself up. Really don't beat yourself up. A lot of women, even men, go through this. You may think like it's only kids, like siblings, who go through this. No, it's actually their parents too. Sometimes it can be aunties as well and siblings, obviously, but it is a natural thing. But you just have to talk to people about it and try to come to peace with it. I know it's so hard when you have that picture in your head, whether that's superficial reasons or deep-rooted reasons. The deep-rooted ones I find are the hardest ones to kind of pass you by. But yeah, it's just, you have to just try to come to some peace about it. I've been filming for nearly an hour here, but it's one of them videos it's gonna be so much fun to try to edit this, isn't it? But yeah, literally just pray about it. Try to distract yourself. Try to get excited if you can for like the opposite gender you wanted your child to be. Try to just do things to help and talk to a friend, talk to a family member, pray to God about it. Look on YouTube to see how people overcame the gender disappointment, and just really just don't beat yourself up. Everyone has the feelings. Your feelings are valid. It's just, we're all human at the end of the day. So I'm gonna end this video. I think I've missed things out, but it's just me. I'm just rambling. It's a rambly video. I should have wrote notes down, but I didn't. I'm not even sure if it's gonna go on YouTube. If it is on YouTube, you'll be seeing it anyway. It might even be like flipping what I feel brave to post it like years to come or months to come. Like literally. But yeah, I'm gonna head now and I will see you again for the next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.